Hello students, how are you? Students, while explaining first part of the lesson, should wizard hate mummy? I was telling you that when Roger Skunk reached wizard's house, wizard asked the reason of his arrival. And wizard also told Roger Skunk that he was producing bad smell. Now I am going to explain next part of the lesson. I know it, Roger Skunk said, and all the little animals run away from me. The enormous wise owl said, "You could help me." After listening the wizard's words, Roger Skunk told him that he knew about his bad smell, and he further told wizard that all the little creatures of the forest ran away from him and they did not used to play with him because of his bad smell. And a big owl advised him to go to the wizard, and wizard could only solve his problem. That is why he reached his house or wizard's house. Hey, maybe come on in. Don't get too close. Now inside. After listening the words of Roger Skunk, wizard allowed her to enter his house, but he instructed him not to get too close because of his bad smell. Though there were all these magic things all jumbled together in a big dusty heap, because the wizard did not have any cleaning lady. After that, Jack told her daughter Jo that the things related to magic were kept in the wizard's house in a heap, disorderly, and all the things were full of dust because wizard did not have any cleaning lady. Why? After listening this, Jo asked her father why the wizard did not have any cleaning lady. Why? Because he was a wizard and very old man. At this her father Jack replied that wizard did not have any cleaning lady because he was a wizard and a very old man. Will he die? At this Jo asked again if the wizard would die. No, wizards don't die. Well, he rummaged around and found an old stick called the magic wand and asked Roger Skunk what he wanted to smell like. Roger thought and said roses. When Jo asked her father if the wizard would die, then Jack answered in negation and told that wizard did not die. After that, he continued telling a story. He told that after entering his house, wizard started searching his magic stick, and at last he found it, and after finding his magic stick, he asked Roger Skunk which type of smell he wanted. At this, Roger Skunk thought and thought. Roger Skunk thought, and he demanded the smell of roses from Wizard. Yes, good, Joe said smugly. After listening the word of Roger Skunk from her father's mouth, Joe was satisfied with Roger Skunk's demand and told, yes, good. Whatever he demanded, good. Jack fixed her with a trance like gaze and chanted in the wizard's elderly, irritable voice. Abracadabra, hocus pocus, Roger Skunk, how do you do? Roses, bosses, full and ear. Roger Skunk, you never fear, bingo. After that, Jack hypnotized her daughter Jo through his eyes and enchanted the verse in the wizard's elderly voice, elderly, irritable voice. And after completion of the enchantment of the verse, he paused. A rapt expression widened out from his daughter's nostrils, forcing her eyebrows up and her lower lip down in a white, noiseless grin, as expression in which Jack was started to recognize his wife feigning pleasure in cocktail party. After completion of enchantment, Joe stopped telling story because he observed after completion of the enchantment, Jack stopped telling story because he observed her daughter's facial expression. He watched her daughter's facial expression. Her nostrils were widened and her eyebrows were up and her lower jaw and her lower lip were down in a wide, noiseless grin, like this. After watching this type of facial expression, on a daughter, after watching this type of odd expressions on his daughter's face, Jack considered if Joe was frightened. That is why he stopped telling stories. And he compared that odd expression of her daughter's face with the expression on her wife's face while attending the cocktail party. And when he was sure that Joe was not frightened at all, then he again continued telling a story, and all of a sudden he whispered, the whole inside of the wizard's house was full of the smell of roses, roses. Roger Fish cried, and the wizard said, very cranky, that will be 7 pennies. And all of a sudden he again continued telling a story in a low voice. He told Joe that after casting the magic spell on Roger Skunk for changing his bad smell into smell of roses, Wizard's whole house was full of smell of roses. Then by mistake, Jack told Joe that Roger Fish cried with joy. He should have said Roger Skunk, but in place of saying Roger Skunk, he told Roger Fish. And the wizard sat very cranky, and he told his daughter Joe that cranky wizard, a strange wizard, demanded 7 pennies from Roger Skunk for solving his problem. Daddy, what? You know, students, Joe was listening the story with full concentration. That is why she pointed out the mistake of her father. And she interrupted him. When she interrupted him by addressing him Daddy, then Jack asked the reason of interruption. Roger Skunk, you said Roger Fish. Then Joe told him that he should have said Roger Skunk in place of Roger Fish. Then Jack committed that mistake and agreed with Joe and told that yes, it was Roger Skunk. You said Roger Fish was not that silly. And after that, Joe told her father that he had made a silly mistake, which he should not have made. Very silly of your stupid daddy. Where was I? Well, you know about the pennies. And then again, Jack committed his mistake, his silly mistake, and asked Joe what he was telling in the story. Where was he? And he asked Joe if she knew about pennies. Say it. At this, Joe told her father yes, she knew about pennies, and she advised her father to continue telling stories. Okay, Roger Skunk said, but all I have is 4 pennies, and he began to cry. And after being demanded 7 pennies by Wizard, Roger Skunk told Wizard that he had only 4 pennies. And after telling that, he started crying. Joe made the crying face again, but that time without a trace of sincerity. After listening the words from her father's mouth that Roger Skunk started crying, then he made the crying face of, then she tried to make crying face of Roger Skunk. But that time she was not sincere at all. This annoyed Jack, and that activity of Joe annoyed Jack. Downstairs, some more furniture rumbled. Claire should not have heavy things. She was 6 months pregnant. It would be their third. While telling the story, Jack heard the dragging sound of the furniture downstairs, and then he started thinking that Claire, his wife, should not move heavy things because she was 6 months pregnant, and she was going to give birth to her third child. So the wizard said, "Oh, very well, go to the end of the lane and turn around 3 times and look down the magic well and There you will find 3 pennies. Hurry up. When Wizard saw that Roger Skunk started crying at the demand of 7 pennies, because he only had 4 pennies. That is why Wizard advised to the skunk to go to the end of the street and turn around 3 times and look down the magic well, and where he would find 3 pennies. So when Wizard saw that Roger Skunk started crying at the demand of 7 pennies because he had only 4 pennies, then Wizard advised Roger Skunk to go to the end of the street, and after reaching the end of the street, he should turn round 3 times, and then he should look down the magic well, and there he would find 3 pennies. Hurry up. And after that, Wizard instructed Roger Skunk to go hurriedly. So Roger Skunk went to the end of the lane and turned around 3 times, and there in the magic well were 3 pennies. So he took them back to the Wizard and was very happy, and ran out into the woods, and all the other little animals gathered round him because he smelled so good, and they played tag, baseball, football, basketball, lacrosse, hockey, saucer, and pick-up sticks. After that, Roger Skunk did whatever Wizard suggested him to do, and then after getting 3 pennies from the magic well, he went to the Wizard and paid him 7 pennies, and became very happy and ran out to the forest. When he entered the forest, then all the other little animals gathered around him, surrounded him, because that time he was smelling so good. And after that, all the little creatures of the wood played tag, baseball, football, basketball, lacrosse, hockey, saucer, and pick-up sticks. After that, little creatures of the forest played different types of games with Roger Skunk. What is pick-up sticks? While listening the story, Jo interrupted her father Jack to ask about pick-up sticks, because she did not know what is pick-up sticks. Then her father told her that pick-up stick is the game the children play with sticks. Like the Wizard's magic wand. At this, Jo asked her father if the sticks which are used in pick-up sticks game are like Wizard's magic wand. Kind of. At this, Jack answered yes, It is a kind of stick. It is a kind of wizard magic wand. And they played games and laughed all afternoon, and then it began to get dark and they all ran home to their mummies. After that, Jack told Joe that little creatures of the forest played games with Roger Skunk, and they enjoyed whole afternoon. And after that, when it began to get dark, all of them ran home to their mummies. Joe was starting to fuss with her hands and look out of the window at the crack of the day that showed under the shade. When Jack told Joe that when it began to dark, when Joe listened, when it began to dark from her father's mouth, then she moved towards window, and after removing the window curtain, she looked outside, because while Jack was telling the story, the window was covered with curtain. That is why Joe observed if it started getting dark outside. That is why, in order to make herself sure, she removed the curtain, window curtain, to look outside. If it started getting dark or not. She thought the story was over. Jack did not like women when they took anything for granted. He liked them to be apprehensive, hanging on his words. Now, Joe, are you listening? The writer is telling that Jack did not like the obstinate woman. Did not like the obstinate woman who tried to get anything they wanted at any rate. They who tried to get anything at any rate which they wanted. Instead of this, Jack thought that the woman should be intelligent and should follow the order of their husbands or their husband. Now, Joe, are you listening? Women must follow the order of their husbands. At that time, he was thinking about her wife, Claire Pent. Now, Joe, are you listening? After that, he asked Joe if he was listening the story. Yes. Then Joe answered in affirmation, because this is a very interesting. Roger Skunk's mummy said, "What is that awful smell?" Then after that, Jack also agreed with Joe when she answered in affirmation, and he told Joe because that was very interesting story, that is why she wanted to listen. After that, he continued telling story. He told Joe that Roger Skunk's mummy asked Roger Skunk about his smell of roses, and that smell of roses was awful for Roger Skunk's mother, because skunks produce bad smell always. That is why after smelling, after smelling the smell of roses from Roger Skunk's body, Roger Skunk's mother became worried. And she said, "Who made you smell like that?" And she asked Roger Skunk, "Who changed your bad smell into smell of roses?" At this, Roger Skunk answered that Wizard had changed his bad smell into smell of roses. Then she said, "Well, of all honor, you come with me and we are going right back to that very awful wizard." At this, his mother, Roger Skunk's mother, told him that he would go along with him to the awful wizard who had changed his bad smell into smell of roses. Jo sat up, her hands dabbling in the air with genuine fright. After listening these words, Jo sat up by putting her hands out of the covers of the sheet of cloths with a real fear. "But Daddy," then he said, "about the other little animals run away." Her hands skittered off into the underbrush. And she asked Jack if Roger Skunk told her mother about the other little creatures of the forest running away from him because of his bad smell. And while she was asking this to her father, her hands again skittered off into the covers. "All right," he said, "but Mummy, all the other little animals run away." And she said, "I don't care." Yes, Jack told Jo that Roger Skunk told her mummy that all little animals of the forest ran away from him because of his bad smell. Then Roger Skunk's mummy told her that she did not care about that. "You smell the way a little skunk should have, and I am going to take you right back to that wizard." And she took an umbrella and went back with the Roger Skunk and hit that wizard right over the head. After that, Roger Skunk's mother told her that Roger Skunk should smell the way a little skunk should have. And she further told Roger Skunk that she was going to take him right back to that wizard. After that, she told Roger Skunk that she was going to that wizard who changed his bad smell into smell of roses along with him. She told Roger Skunk that she was going along with him to that wizard who changed his bad smell into smell of roses. and while moving towards wizard, she took an umbrella, and after reaching the wizard, she hit that wizard right over the head. And after that, after reaching the wizard, she hit a wizard right over the head with the umbrella. No, Joe said, and put her hand out to touch his lips. Yet even in her agitation, did not quite dare you stop the source of truth. After listening the words, after listening the story, after listening that Roger Skunk's mother hit that wizard right over the head, Joe became restless, and she put out her hand. She put out her hand to touch her father's lip. Means in this way, she wanted to make her father stop telling these words. Yet even her restlessness did not quite dare to stop the source of truth. Even after that, Jack did not stop telling story. Inspiration came to her. Then the wizard hit her on the head and did not chase that little skunk back. And when Jack did not stop telling story, then she told Jack that after being hit by Roger Skunk's mother, the wizard hit her on the head and did not change. Means after being hit by, Joe told her father that after being hit by Roger Skunk's mother, wizard hit back on her head and did not chase that little skunk smell back. No, he said. The wizard said okay. And Roger Skunk, means at this Jack answered, no, wizard did not do this. Wizard did not hit Roger Skunk's mother, but in place of that, wizard was agreed with Roger Skunk's mother, and he changed Roger Skunk smell again into bad one. But the other little animal, but after that, after listening that, Joe asked her father, but after that other little creatures of the forest would be running away from him again. John, it is daddy's story. At this, Jack interrupted Joe and told her that that was daddy's story. Means daddy or Jack was in the story, not Joe was telling the story. Shall daddy not tell you any more stories? And he also warned her, if she would do this activity, if she would interrupt her daddy again and again while telling the story, then if she would try to make some amendment in daddy's story, then daddy would not tell her the story anymore. Her broad face looked at him. Her broad face looked at him through shifted light, astounded. When Jack warned her for for interrupting him again and again while in the story, then she looked at him with surprise. This is what happened then. Roger Skunk and the mummy went home, and Jack continued telling his story after warning Jo, and told her that Roger Skunk and his mummy went back to their home, and they heard the woo woo woo, and it was the choo choo train bringing Daddy Skunk home from Boston. And after reaching home, they heard the whistling sound of the train by which Roger Skunk's daddy was arriving from Boston. And they had lima beans, celery, liver, mashed potatoes, and pie o my for dessert. And Roger Skunk's mummy prepared American beans, celery, liver, and mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes and pie o my dish for the dessert. Pie o my is a type of sweet dish which is used to which persons used to eat after at the end of the meal. It is known as dessert. And when Roger Skunk was in bed, Mummy Skunk came up and hugged him and said he smelled like her little baby skunk again. And when Roger Skunk lay in his bed in order to sleep, then his mummy skunk went to him and hugged him and embraced him, surrounded him in her arm and said that he smelled that now he was smelling like the little baby skunk again. And she loved him very much, and that is the end of the story. After that, Jack told Jo that that was the end of the story. But Daddy, then Jo again asked the question, but Daddy, why here story had been ended? Then Jack asked, what do you mean by what Jack asked Jo, what did she want to ask? Then did the other little animals run away? And she asked when Jack asked Jo what did he want to ask. At this, she asked her father. Then all the little animals had run away from him because of his bad smell? No, because eventually they got used to the way he was and did not mind it at all. At this Jack answered, no. After that, no animal ran away because of his bad smell, because finally, they got used to the way he was and did not mind it at all. Once Jack told Jo that finally little creatures of the forest accepted Roger Skunk's bad smell and started playing with him. What is eventuality? Joe did not understand the word eventually. That is why she asked Jack the meaning of eventually. In a little while. Jack answered the means of eventually, finally, means in a little while, or finally means they ignored Roger Skunk in a little while, but finally they accepted his bad smell and started playing with it. That was a stupid mummy. Jo further told her father that Roger Skunk's mummy was stupid. It was not. At this, Jack said that mummy was not stupid, with rare emphasis and brief from her expression, that she realized he was defending his own mother to her, or something as odd. He told with emphasis that Roger Skunk's mother was right, because Jack was realizing that he was defending her mother, because during his Jack was realizing that he was defending his mother, because during Jack's childhood, same thing was happened to him. And now I want you to put your big heavy head in the pillow and have a good long nap. After that, Jack instructed Jo to sleep by putting her head on the pillow. He adjusted the shade so that even a crack of the day showed, and uptoed to the door. After that, Jack covered the window with the curtain, and then he moved towards the door slowly, in the pretense that she was already asleep. But when he turned, she was crouching on the top of the covers and staring at him. And when Jack was leaving the room, when he was moving towards the door, Jo was pretending to sleep. But when Jack turned back and saw, when Jack turned back, then he saw that Jo was crouching on the top of the sheet of cloths, covers, and staring at him. After instructing Jo to sleep by putting her head on the pillow, Jack moved towards the door, and after that, when he turned in order to see what Jo was doing, he saw that Jo was crouching on the top of the covers and staring at him. Hey, get under the covers and fall fast asleep. Bobby's asleep. When Jack saw that Jo was staring at him, then he instructed him to put her head under the under the sheet of cloth, under the covers, and sleep. And he also told Joe that Bobby was already asleep. She stood up and bounced gingerly on the springs daddy. After that, she stood up and jumped hesitatingly daddy, and at this Jack asked daddy. Then Jack asked her what she wanted to do. Tomorrow I want you to tell me the story that wizard took that magic wand and hit that mummy. Her plump arms chopped forcefully right over the head. She said that next day she wanted Jack to tell her the story that wizard took that magic stick and hit Roger Skunk's mummy. While saying this, her fat arms chopped forcefully right over the head. Mister, she made a gesture. She made a gesture of hitting someone over the head while saying that, while requesting her daddy that he would have to tell her the story that wizard took that magic stick and hit that mummy. No, that is not the story. At this, Jack told Joe. At this, Jack answered in negation and said no. He said tomorrow. He said next day. She would say he hit that mummy. No, tomorrow you say he hit that mummy. Do it. She kicked her legs, and when Jack answered in negation, then she again insisted. She again said that next day Jack had to tell the story. In that story, wizard would hit that mummy. She kicked her legs up and sat down on the bed. While saying this, she kicked her leg and sat down on the bed with a great sigh and complaint of springs, and she started bouncing on the bed, jumping on the bed, as she had done hundreds of times before, because she had done this type of activity 100 times. Except that this time she did not laugh. And before that, when she used to jump on the bed, she used to laugh. But that day she did not laugh anymore. And again she insisted that Jack would have to tell the story. In that story, wizard would hit Roger Skunk's mummy. Well, we will see. At this, Jack was agreed with her, and told her that next day he would consider about it, he would think about it, and he instructed Joe to stay on the bed and addressed him as a good girl. He closed the door and went downstairs. After that, Jack went downstairs after closing the door. Claire had spread the newspapers and opened the paint can, and wearing an old shirt of his on the top of the maternity smock, was stroking the chair rail with the dip brush above him. Footsteps vibrated and he called, "John, shall I come up there and spank you?" The footstep hesitated. After moving downstairs, Jack saw that Claire, his wife Claire, was painting the furniture by dipping the brush in the paint, in the paint box. And while painting the furniture, Claire was wearing the old shirt on the top of her loose garments. And after few minutes, Jack again heard the footsteps upstairs, and those footsteps were the footsteps of Joe. And after listening that footsteps, Jack instructed Joe to sleep, and he warned Joe if she would not sleep, then he would beat her. And when he warned about this, then Joe moved inside the room and slept. That was the big story, Claire said. And Claire asked Jack that it was a long story because Jack went downstairs very late, and Claire wanted her help in painting the furniture. Claire wanted his help in painting the furniture. The poor kid, he answered, and with utter weariness watched his wife's labor. At this, he answered that poor kid Joe was not satisfied, and she was interrupting again and again while telling the story. That is why it took a long time to tell the story. And he was watching his wife's labor, hard work. All wood, a cage of molding and rails and baseboards all around them was half old tan and half new ivory, and he felt caught in an ugly middle position. And though as he felt his wife's presence in the cage with him, he did not want to speak with her, work with her, touch or anything. And he was sitting just in the middle of the furniture along with his wife, and he was observing if he was caught in an ugly middle position. He mean to say by this that he was looking at it, thinking that although he and his wife Claire were caught in the cage-like situation, after being married. After getting married, he and his wife Claire Paint were caught in a case-like situation, but they had no solution to solve that problem. Means Jack wanted to say that there was a big difference between the mentality of his wife and him. That is why there was always a conflict between them, and they also did not want to get separated because they were married couple. That is why Jack said that they were caught in an ugly middle position. Now students, the whole lesson has been completed. Thank you and have a nice day.